What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the blue color, playing as Set. His name is Count Von Count. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Kronos. His name is Mr. Boit. So do see already a little bit of cheeky shenanigans here from Count Von Count, sending the Pharaoh, sending the Priest forward, trying to get as much damage onto this citizen as he possibly can. But Mr. Boit here, he's just going to get away. He gets the dock up, no problems. There's no dock up here for Count Von Count. So the cheesy opening here from Count Von Count will get a little bit of damage done. But is it really worth it, is the big question, as the Pharaoh going to get brought all the way in to this main base before getting shot at by the town center. And Count says, all right, time to leave. No worries. Mr. Boit here, he's not even had any idle town center time. He's got to play around the fact that, well, he actually really probably shouldn't be building that many fishing ships, but he is doing so as he needs to get himself the wood here very, very quickly. Is he really going to... Does this work? Can you actually do this? Is this value? I don't think so. Surely not. We see a house coming up here as well. I didn't even know Set could do that. I don't believe that this is a good usage of your Pharaoh. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. A hyena getting taken out as well. Mr. Boit's early game is being is having a tough time, though. Let's say that much. As we see, 2 docks are up already here for Count Von Count. No deconstruction is down just yet for Mr. Boit. And a very, very strange opening to a very, very strange game here. But that's how things go here on Calm Shores. It's an ironic name, Calm Shores, because the shores are never calm. It might seem like they're calm, but we get villagers running and being very, very angry and lots of other craziness happening. As Mr. Boit, he is struggling just a little bit here for wood. I'm wondering if he's kind of done an adaptation to the build here to try and get him up to the next age a little bit faster. But part of me feels like just going for a delayed 430 with whatever delay happens naturally would have been the easiest way to play here. Setting up on the left side of the map to just control all of that, while one dock on the right side to build some barims and cause some problems. Would have been a decent way to play. But we'll see what Count Von Count's plan is. He's got 4 villagers on the gold already, as Count now moving up to the left side of the map there as well to put some docks down and see how everything goes. Boina says, harassing is so much more prevalent in other RTSs on the first few minutes of the game. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's one of those things which I simply just don't think should be in an RTS game. Like, I just don't think that you should be able to do tiny chip damage in the early game. That's just my opinion. And whether it's right or wrong, that I don't care, because it's my opinion. So, up here. I don't mind being able to attack someone the immediate moment you hit the classical age. I don't mind that. But in the archaic age, you're like, man, you don't even... Archaic age, it says archaic age. You don't even know what a weapon is in the archaic age. You got no idea. I feel like the villagers should be the only ones able to shank. Villagers. Because that way, if you want to shank and you want to do something silly, then at least you're losing quite a significant amount of resources for it. That's my opinion. All right, we do see Count Von Count dropping some docks down onto this position. Mr. Boit could manually heroize this unit here, as we do see a dock coming down onto this position. Do we see any trireme getting built? Not just yet. The Valor has come through, unfortunately hitting that low HP Oracle there, as the docks here getting spammed up by Count Von Count, not wanting to give this position away too easily to Mr. Boit, as the Promethean coming through. He hasn't seen that. Surely he knows that villager is there. He doesn't. Ah. So you do see one dock getting time shifted as the Bream comes in to start harassing that villager here. Will he take it out before the dock gets up is the big question. Answer is he will take the villager out, but the dock is up as well. As the units here have got their work cut out for them to take these docks down in this top position. If I'm Mr. Boit here, I'm building a couple of Breams here as well to put pressure on. Do we see anything coming through? We do see some Terma starting to get built here to put some pressure onto that home town center. A couple of priests are already out for Count Von Count as well. As the fishing ship getting trained out as well. Do we see any sort of cabinets coming through here for Count? Not just yet. And in all honesty here, Count probably shouldn't care about that top position. He should just go here, kill off these fishing ships, call it a day, build like 1 or 2 cabinets there, call it a day, and just and be fine with that. But we see Mr. Boit here building a handful of Terma out, and never mind. Count Von Count's got he's got his own idea here for this game, and he says 6-minute villager rush as the villagers of Mr. Boit starting to retreat away. I love it. Set. Yes. Yes. Mr. Boit, his town center is going to be going down. A couple of villagers will end up falling here, but in the end, this is value for Count Von Count, as he's going to be chasing around Citizen all around the map. There is one counter barracks up here to attempt to defend against all this, plus all those oracles here that are out as well, as we see a dock trying to get thrown back up there by Count Von Count as well, as the villagers grabbing the town center for themselves on this position. The priests, Pharaoh Wadjet, need to retreat back here, as Mr. Boit going to attempt to chase them down with his hero Terma. Maybe picking off that Wadjet wouldn't go astray. Mr. Boit here is going to need to try and find himself a town center after this attack is finished. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to start time shifting the manners away either. One thing that most Atlantean players do when they get villager rush like this is get watchtowers. We haven't seen that one just yet. And Mr. Boit here at 9 citizen. Count Von Count at 23 villagers. So, in all honesty, if Mr. Boit can get this town center back up, he's probably not in that bad of a position. And he can move over here and start putting pressure onto this gold mine and making life for these villagers in this base quite difficult because there's no free towers up, right? There's 1 sentry tower getting taken down. 2 sentry towers going to be getting taken down. Villagers do get a huge bonus against towers, which was a counter, like it was a feature to some degree to kind of prevent tower rushing from being a big thing in Age of Mythology. It was I think it's one of the most disliked parts of RTS games is any sort of static building kind of attacks. And yeah, that was kind of how they did it, as we are seeing the watchtowers coming through now, and we'll see if it's going to be able to be much of a help here for Mr. Boit, as a villager coming over here to attempt to maybe repair this sentry tower back up, as Mr. Boit's town center is just about back up here as well. He's getting himself fishing ships out, so it's not like his villagers have not been getting built here, I guess, as the villagers need to get pulled off of the wood line to clean up the rest of these watchtowers. But Mr. Boit here, he's not going to just allow that watchtower there to get taken out. One thing that Mr. Boit could also do is time shift the tower onto this position here to start harassing the villagers if he so chooses. As Count going to get pushed off of this wood line. The villagers basically have got one position and one position only they can gather from. That's those goats here on this town center, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But a couple of slingers have been built out already as the villagers over here for Count on Count starting to grab that position there. There's some military barracks starting to come up here. I would love to see a whole bunch more fishing ships coming through here for Mr. Boat, as well as some more docks to just keep that economy pumping up. He does also have like the 3 fishing ships over here as well. So he's got quite a bit of fishing economy advantage in this game. Though the longer the game goes on, Count on Count being on 2 town centers, he will slowly get in front of Mr. Boat's economy here. So Mr. Boat does need to find some sort of damage and decide exactly where he wants to attack here in this game. We are seeing Prometheans getting built. Murmillos are getting built, as well as Cairo Ballista. That's a great unit to build against the Egyptian classical fight. There's not a whole lot that Egyptian classical fights can do against the Cairo Ballista. Spearmen are technically your best answer, but Cairo Ballista counter them, so it's a bit of a weird one. Time shifting towers cost the same as resources of building a new one. Not quite. They cost half the cost, I believe. Or something like half the cost of building a new one. If you build an extra tower in the archaic age, when I age up, it gets upgraded too. Everything gets upgraded when you get yourself watchtowers. Has Count von Count getting himself a temple on this position. Honestly, the idea of making priests at this point here to defend against this army isn't a bad idea, but look at this Count von Count now. He has managed to get himself the resources to go heroic age, and is he choosing to do so is the big question or not. Looks like he is, and he is going through Nephthys, so no surprises where that's concerned. Did he delete this temple? Not just yet. Monument to the Villagers coming up a little bit late on that favor here. Apparently you can't build towers in the archaic age. Well, that's true. You can't build towers in the archaic age. Is this slinger going to be searching around? We'll be finding a citizen in this corner, though. Taking a look at the map, there is a gold mine up in that top corner there that he can run towards. There's Mr. Boat. Also managing to go up through Rhea. So Mr. Boat here is going to be attempting to hit this position here with the Behemoth to break through. But there's going to be Ancestors. There's going to be a ton of priests going to be able to be built here for Count von Count as well. As the villagers making their way up onto this position as a town center getting grabbed. Count von Count could potentially go up to 5 town centers. We have seen, like, in the olden days, players didn't care about tech. They would just grab town centers. Just grab. And because players didn't really know how to punish it, it was super strong. But with Mr. Boat here going through Rhea, he's probably got the ability to break through this position if Count von Count decides to be this greedy with his town centers. As the lumber camp's coming up on this position here. Count getting himself the medium slingers as well. There's one Behemoth on its way. Crocodiles are set, moving through onto this position as the Scorpion Men here. Just traitor that. Why would you kill it? Traitor. Take the Scorpion Men for yourself, my friend. I guess it doesn't really matter, but what do you want to use traitor on? What could be better than a Scorpion Man? As a market coming down here for Count von Count, ideas of going to the Mythic Age. If he puts a market down on this position here, he also gets the best trade route possible. One corner, one side to one side. As Persine now coming through for Count von Count as well. Mr. Boat hasn't quite got his docks up over here, which is a little bit upsetting for Mr. Boat. He's kind of long distance fishing. There's a palace coming up here as well to start making some of those destroyers to break through. Mr. Boat can also think about going to the Mythic Age here. Implode would be a amazing amazing god power at this current point in the game. As the army trying to push through, trying to force out ancestors or something to be utilized here. As the Promethean getting taken down, villagers trying to repair this one back up. That Behemoth, excuse me, still full HP. As the ancestors does get dropped down. Mr. Boit going to turn around. He's got a lot of hero units here, in all honesty, to deal with this. As that Behemoth just keeps on taking down the town center, he's going to do a lot of damage to it, if not finish it off there. Because while the priest here gets bonus damage versus the Behemoth's got 75% pierce arm. Look at the damage the Pharaoh does. Barely a scratch on that Behemoth. As the town center is getting closer and closer to falling here. Mr. Boit will be able to advance to that Mythic Age here really, really soon as well. The question is, will he click up to do it, or will he just continue to spam units here, as the Behemoth does end up falling before the town center goes down. Is there a market? There is a market. More Caraballists are getting built. Arcus now coming out here as well, as the Destroyer's slowly taking everything down. Count's got nothing left in the tank here. He's got no population. He's got a ton of wood, but no population here. He might have to start thinking about giving up on this position here, as the villagers coming through, starting to shank down those Destroyers. The Destroyers have got no upgrades here. Mr. Boit's still not able to advance just yet, as the Arcus coming in onto this position to start helping out against the villagers and everything else. The villagers coming over here to start repairing the town center back up, as we do see some mercenary cavalry coming in. A Migdol stronghold going to be coming onto this over here, as well as the Caraballister getting taken out. And the Destroyers attempting to take out the town center completely here. We'll see how it's going to go. It's getting very close to falling here, as Count Von Count's villagers have kind of stopped repairing. Two Destroyers might not be enough here to finish this one off, as Mr. Boit is still just flooding units in here. He's got himself that Arcus Destroyer composition to some degree, but Count Von Count at 113 population. He's now making units up over here to start putting pressure. Mr. Boit here, he's got to have to find himself a gold mine at some point, because this gold mine will be expiring, and there's not really a whole lot more he can grab. As the town center here, those Arcus, they are targeting down the villagers, and they need to target those villagers down. Mr. Boit's got 10 citizen. I don't know if we talked about this yet, but he's only got 10 citizen. 10 citizen, 12 fishing ships, and we're also seeing some ramming galleys coming out here to deal with the fishing situation on that position there as well, as the Destroyers still trying to break through, as those Arcus kind of just need to ignore the mercenary cavalry for the time being, taking out villagers instead. It's the town center here. 300 HP. It's been sitting on 300 HP for quite some time, as the Destroyer's getting that town center closer and closer to falling. As will that even be enough though for Mr. Boit? As Mr. Boit at this point, he's lost a ton of villagers over here as well. He's got no gold income remaining. Taking down the town center is kind of the least here of Mr. Boit's worries. Count Von Count is in a fantastic position moving forward. Scorpion Man going to be coming over. He can steal that one away for himself, as we see the deconstruction on that Migdol stronghold there as well. Nice decision where that's concerned. Oh, and Chariot Archers. This is something you don't see all too often, but Chariot Archers can indeed raid those fishing ships. Get a little bit of damage done. As we do see the Scorpion Men getting traded over to Mr. Boit. Speedy Scorpion Man. 5.5 speed Scorpion Man. Moving around at blistering pace. This is my favorite part about playing Chronos, is just seeing the myth units having 10% more speed than they normally do with Trader. Mr. Boit is starting that villager production up again. At one point here, he was very, very close. He was very, very close to hitting the Mythic Age, but now he's got nothing left in the tank. He does have this gold mine over here now with a handful of villagers. He's still training villagers out of the town center here. A couple of Arcus getting shot down as the Destroyers trying to break through this town center as well. There's not a whole lot here for Count Von Count. He's trying to make himself some axemen out, but is that going to be enough here. It looks like, to be honest, it looks like Mr. Boat is mounting a decent comeback. Even with basically zero economy here, he's mounting a decent comeback. The raids are still happening though by Count, as Count is he is an unrelenting player. He doesn't care that he's being attacked. He's like, mate, this game is all about the raids. Got to keep on raiding him. This is the Count strategy. The Arcus pushing forward, going to try and take out the villagers here. Destroyers trying to finish off the town center, as all the villagers have been stopped on the repairing there. There's no, well, there is masons on the town center, but the destroyers will make short work of this, as the villagers on this gold mine have been thwarted. As he can't continue to mine here, as one Murmillo comes through to start causing some problems, but Count on Count simply just going to turn around and deal with that. The town center here does end up falling. Count on Count dropping to 2 town centers now. He's lost a lot of villagers, and this villager over here is still mining on this gold mine. She has had a fun time on that gold. As the Arcus pop out here, deal with these chariot archers on this position. The destroyers coming through as well. They're going to start tanking that damage. Nice play there from Mr. Boat. Good awareness. It's now Mr. Boat. Mr. Boat's army has been dealt with. Count has dealt with Mr. Boat's army, and he's going to be able to grab this town center back. Mr. Boat is down to 69 population here. The War Elephant retreating back, and in that moment, Mr. Boat says, all right, GG, Count Von Count. You get me in this one. What a game here from Count. I loved it. I loved the strategy. If Kronos is going to be such a big pick here, why not just go for the Villager Rush? These strategies have been known for years, and yet for some reason in this tournament, players are forgetting about all of the craziness. This set strategy, very easy to execute. Effectively, you got 2 options. Option number 1 is you just go for a 4:30 advance time, build a barracks, build a handful of spearmen, hit that 6-minute attack on your opponent. Option number 2, go for a 5:15 advance time with a butt ton of docks up just to defend your fishing ships, get all your positions there. Your opponent makes some archer ships, so you just build some barracks and you just go and kill him. I love the play. Well played by Count. Okay, if you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.